So we got our drip irrigation hooked up on the new beds today. And this is a Bluetooth timer. And there's 4 hoses there. And each hose goes to each bed. And so each bed, I'm assuming, will need different water requirements, or could, because some it gets more shade than others. So you notice these contraptions here. That is a backflow preventer and a PSI regulator. So I've got a backflow prevention right here, and then a PSI regulator here. And what the backflow prevention keeps water from flowing back in there, and the PSI regulator takes the pressure down to 25 PSI, so it doesn't blow these things out. So we've got it coming off, and 1 is running to each bed. We've got 2 running here, and then here's our first bed here. And then this is 1/2-inch drip tape, and then this is some brown drip tape with a hole every 6 inches. See that little hole right there? And it has that every 6 inches. And so that just, I've got my beds divvied up into 11 by 11, except for this one here, because it's just too short. But the stuff that's going to be in there is going to grow up the trellis here, so it won't need as much room on the ground. And so I've got, I think there's 13 total squares here. And the drip tape runs all the way down. Since I do square foot gardening, I mean, I guess technically it's square 11-inch gardening, but since I do square foot gardening, I've just got 1 drip tape running through each square. So I've got 4 total. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then I've got these connected. I could have just curved them, but I went ahead and put some little elbows there so I'd have a nice 90-degree curve there. So I've got each one of the beds is set up this way. So here is, and this is coming down here, and then to this bed here. Now I've got to shut off here because as this runs out here, it's actually going out to my asparagus, which is right back there behind the other. They're a perennial plant, so I didn't put them in my beds because these will be annual type plants here in the beds. So I wanted to run a separate water for it. And I don't know if I'll always have stuff in this bed, so I put me a shut off here in case I don't have anything here. And that way I can turn the water off, and my perennials, which are the asparagus, will still get water. So we just dug right along the beds here and went out here. It's just a shallow little trench, nothing major. And then I've got 4 rows on this asparagus. I've got 4 rows on here. So I just ran a line down for each line of asparagus that I've got there. The other thing that is a little whatever, I go up here, and I actually connected my strawberry tower to my drip irrigation here. So I took and put a T right here, and I've run a 1/4-inch drip line. Now this is solid, this black is, and I've ran it over here. I don't know if you can kind of see where we dug up, over to my strawberry tower, and there it's coming in right there, and then it's going up, and I've got some more of that brown drip tape that has holes every 6 inches, and I've just got it wrapped all the way around the strawberry tower. So it's just looped all the way around, all the way up to the top, so that I have water available for the tower. And that's what we dug the trench with, and we didn't pick that up yet. So that's, well, I guess I'll show you these beds while we're here. So these are my cold weather plants. This is spinach, carrots, more spinach. These are 2 different types of spinach. One is Merlot Nero, and then the other one is Bloomsdale Longstanding, and I can't remember which is which because I don't have that memorized. I've got a garden planter in the house, so I know what it is, I just don't remember. These carrots here are little finger. They're short carrots, they don't get very big. And then these here are Chantenay red corn. This is my first time to ever raise carrots, so I didn't do a very good job. This is Yodfa broccoli right here. This row, there's 4 in each square for the most part. No, there's 2 in each square. And I've never grown that before, so it'll be an interesting experience. These 2 squares here, back 3 deep, are kohlrabi, which I've never grazed kohlrabi before, and I've never tasted it. It may be terrible, but it was a free seed from Baker Creek. And then back there, along the back there, is my sugar snap peas. So they are really starting to grab on, and they're going to be shooting up that fence even more than what they already are. These are 10-15 onions right here. And then these rows here have lettuce in them. This is red romaine. That is gentilia, I think. I didn't have very good germination on it for some reason. This is red romaine in these 2 squares here. That, I don't remember what those 2 are. Maybe Lilgem, Lilgem. This is, these 3, 1, 2, 3. That is Paris Island COS. And then these 4 here, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is Coastal Romaine. And then these 2 sets of squares here, those are mustard greens. And I harvested a big mess of them earlier today for my mother-in-law. I'm growing those for her because she likes greens. So those are the cold weather beds. And you can see here where we put the drip tape on here as well. Just did the same thing and put a 90. You probably need to come back and put some little pushy things there so that it won't, so it'll lay down. But I'm going to test it, see if it is going to leak or not. So we'll see. All right, I put batteries in here. Here's hoping it works. So we'll turn this on. All right, and then we're going to hit this. Boom. All right, the water's running. And that is, which bed is that? Is that bed? Oh, so number 1 is this bed down here. Wow, it's like gushing out of there. It's coming out pretty good. Over here. Huh? Oh yeah, sure is. So yeah, it comes out here to the asparagus. It's going. It all seems to be dripping pretty well. I don't see any leaks. All right, let's try number 2. So number 2 should be that bed right there. Oh, it is kind of leaking there. Probably because I didn't put the hammer on that. Well, actually, nope. I may have to get Charlie to tighten that. Yeah, maybe there. All right, let's try 2. There we go. It's a beautiful sight to behold. Oh yeah, I do need to go look. See if my strawberries are dripping. Yep. They're dripping off there. Yep. That's great. I got some gaps here down at the bottom I need to get filled in. I also need to put some mulch down there as well. Let's see. Is it dripping up there? Yep. It is. Well, I made it all the way to the top. They should all be dripping. Beautiful. All right, let's go check 3 and 4. Yeah, I know. I just didn't really hammer those down, so I didn't want to break them because they're plastic. All right, so here is number 3. Oh yeah, that's leaking too. You'll have to screw that down. I don't know if you want to try tightening those. Let's go ahead and do 4 as well. All right, so there's bed number 4. I'll probably find something to fill in these gaps here on the carrots. Plant something there. Let's see. Yeah, it's coming out pretty good. I don't know if I'll run all the 4 of these at once. Whenever I do decide to water, it still seems to be pretty good dripping there. So I don't think it's too much volume. And then here's bed number 3 back here. It's dripping pretty good. Going all the way down. So that is pretty exciting. So we'll probably let this drip for a little bit tonight, and I can't decide. I'm running 2 weeks behind on getting my tomatoes out. So my tomatoes will all go back here, and then along that back and the side, and then up that side until we run out of tomato plants or run out of space, one of the two. I can't remember how many tomato plants I have. I've slept since then. So anyway, it seems to be working well, and I am pretty ecstatic about that. This will make life a whole lot easier. I won't have to remember to water. I can set this thing, like I said, it's Bluetooth, so I can actually, there's an app I put on my phone from Melnor, and I can schedule the things to water whenever it is I want it to have water. So pretty cool. But Charlie's going to tighten those up for me because he's got more hand strength than me. So there we are. There's our drip irrigation for the garden, the new beds.